Hello, MJ7NLK here, and welcome back to the channel. Apologies for the lack of content over the last couple of months. I've been dealing with some health issues and I've not been well enough to make videos. I wanted to thank all of the channel supporters, sponsors and subscribers for your patience and loyalty to the channel during this time. Today appears to be a good day and I wanted to get a video out to you. In this video I have various updates to share covering radio releases, radios that I have in for review, updates on previous videos and more. So without further ado, let's get on with it. First up, Motorola have announced that a new radio is coming in February. The brand new Moto Turbo R5, which sits in between the R2 and the mighty R7. The R5 replaces the DP2400E and the DP2600E radios and comes in a keypad and no keypad variant. On the bench are the R7 full keypad and the R7 no keypad radios, which I highly recommend. So basically the R5 no keypad replaces the DP2400E and the R5 LKP limited keypad replaces the DP2600E. The no keypad variant supports 64 channels in 4 zones and the limited keypad supports 256 channels in 50 zones. They are both IP67 rated and have various noise suppression technologies, including AI-trained noise suppression. There is no mention on the price yet, but rest assured they won't be cheap. Motorola make the highest quality radios and unfortunately that comes at a price. But a price that's well worth paying in my opinion. They are not really ham radios, but the R7 can be made to work, although you have to have 2 separate radios to cover both UHF and VHF for 2 meter and 70 centimeters. Before we continue, here is a quick message from this video's sponsor, PCBWay. PCBWay are makers of prototype PCBs of all kinds. They also offer services like PCB assembly, CNC machining, 3D printing, sheet metal fabrication and injection moulding. Manufacturing times are exceptionally quick and delivery is super fast. I've used their services on many occasions and PCBWay get an NLK-Media thumbs up for quality and service. Check out their website PCBWay.com for more information or follow the link in the video's description. Thank you PCBWay for your patience and support. Such nice people and always a pleasure to deal with. Sticking with Motorola, have you ever had the problem of having too many radios and not enough plug sockets to charge them all at the same time? Well, Motorola has you covered. This is the 6-bay Impress 2 charging bank. It's got a really catchy name, the PMP N4290A, and that's the UK version of the PMP N4283A. It will charge any DP series or R series radio and has 6 bays all utilising the Impress 2 battery management system. The station will automatically cycle your batteries by discharging them and fully charging them at intervals to preserve their longevity. You can see for each device how many times batteries have been charged and their remaining lifespan using the screen. The only downside I can see is that it's bloody expensive. It is most certainly the most I've ever spent on a charger and comes in at around £500. However, if it significantly increases the battery life of the Impress batteries, then it pays for itself over time. If you're looking for Motorola gear, then I highly recommend 2 companies here in the UK. radiotrader.co.uk and radiotronics.co.uk. Between these 2 companies, anything Motorola is fully covered. I purchased my R7 from Radio Trader, and the service, price and delivery was superb. A quick behind-the-scenes look at the NLK-Media studio. My eldest son, who I call Mr. Motorola, and is one of 4 boys, spent time over the last few months reorganising everything here within the studio itself. So I thought I would show you the fruits of his labour. Mr. Motorola is a wonderful chap and his help is greatly appreciated. It sure is difficult having these amazing radios in to review and not being able to review them. I will give you the list a bit later on and you can help decide on the order in which I review them. Now to CB Radio news. President have been rather busy of late and have released a refresh of the Barry 2. I don't have one yet. The Barry 2 Plus. And it has all the same goodness of the original Barry 2, but now comes with NRC built in. This is a smart move from President, as the noise reduction circuit is a brilliant feature and has been missing on most of their mid-range radios up until now. The Radioddity CB500 is a killer radio for the money, which is partially helped by having NRC. The Barry 2 Plus is priced at around £110, and I will be getting one on order at some point very soon. Sticking with President, they also have an updated version of the Taylor 4. This update also has NRC built in, and it's called the Taylor 4 CL. What does the CL mean, you might ask? Well, it has a carbon fibre looking faceplate, and the website indicates the CL stands for carbon line. I will reserve judgment until I see one in the flesh. It might look amazing or it could look tacky, depending on how it's been implemented. President have always made good quality radios, and I am hoping it's the former. It's not available yet in my region, but hopefully will appear at some point very soon. Next up, it's the CRT SS9900V. This is the 9900. The new V model is now available in the UK for around £270. Look familiar? Well, yes. It's the same chassis as the Radioddity QT80 and the Anytone AT6666 Pro. It's taken CRT a while to join the party here, but it will be interesting to see how it compares when we manage to get one. Maybe they have added some CRT special sauce to this already great radio. Only time will tell. I have had quite a few questions on the President Washington video with regards to the password menu option. If you read the comments, you will see that the wire is required to be soldered in order for this menu to appear. My radio has had the modification performed, but not the usual way, and I wanted to show you how this was missed in my original review. It might be helpful to viewers and another way to perform the modification. Turning the board over, you can see on the underside of the board a small blob of solder here. I do not know if there is a via under the solder blob and if it can be done, the modification can be done this way. When I next get another Washington in, I'll be able to check this out. This radio does not have the wire installed and is in a modified state. If you're wanting to expand your Washington, then just add the wire, as it's not worth risking your radio if this is not the case. Looking at it from the top side of the board, this is as close as I can get with the minimum focus length of my lens, but there does appear to be a little via just above. For UHF and VHF, I have been using a Nisei meter, but I just don't trust it. So I have managed to source some UHF and VHF elements for my old bird. I also found online a handy holder for storing the elements when not in use. You can grab the 3D printer files to print your own at Thingiverse. Search for bird wattmeter element slug holder and you'll be able to find it there. The ID is 6715887 if you need to print your own. Next up are the radios on the shelf for review. Which radio would you most like to see reviewed first? Drop a comment and have your say. First up, the Radioddity GD168. which is effectively an Anytone AT-D168UV. This is a great value radio and can be used in a commercial application and will work with Motorola radios. It supports QDC 1200 signalling, which is compatible with Motorola's MDC 1200 systems. If you're looking for a solid radio at half the price of a Moto, then this is worth a look. The Moonraker Titan. This is one of the cheapest single sideband radios on the market, and it will be interesting to see how it can compare to the more expensive rivals. £130. Excellent value for money. The Radioddity DB50, which is a dual bander UHF and VHF and is quoted as outputting 50 watts. It also has a very interesting detachable front panel. And the Baofeng UV25, which is a monster of a UHF and VHF handheld. Everything about this radio is huge, including the battery, but not the price. Just look at the size of this thing. It's absolutely monstrous for a handheld. So have your say in the comments section below. Well, that's it for today. I hope you found the information in this video helpful. If you did, please consider smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel. This really does help the channel out. Please feel free to buy me a coffee. Details are in the description below, and thank you to everyone who's bought them for me in the past. If you have any questions or comments, you know what to do in the comments section. All I ask is that you keep it respectful. Trolls and nasty know-it-alls need not apply. Until next time, stay safe, stay happy, catch you in the next one.